beautiful world.
You are now tuned in to the Kaizen Kid podcast, where we focus on the continuous improvement of you. Every week, Kenton Davis hosts successful industry leaders from all over the world to understand their journey, gain business insight, and learn about specific habits, resources, and tips that contribute to their continuous improvement. Our mission is to empower the next generation of business moguls, entrepreneurs, and community leaders. So turn up your speakers, open up your mind, and prepare for your success.
Welcome to the Kaizen Kid podcast, where we focus on the continuous improvement of you. This is the very first episode, and I'm so excited that you're here with me. Each episode, I'll be interviewing today's successful business moguls, entrepreneurs, and community leaders from all over the world to understand their journey, gain industry insight, and learn about the specific habits, resources, and tips that contribute to their continuous improvement. On today's episode, I will share the podcast format, tell you how the Kaizen Kid got started, and introduce myself. Visit the website www.thekaizenkid.com for more details. Kaizen is K-A-I-Z-E-N, and I bet you're wondering what it is. It's a Japanese term for continuous improvement or change for the better. Our mission through our website, our podcast, and our movement is to empower the next generation of business moguls, entrepreneurs, and community leaders. And hopefully this speaks to you. Now, let's start off by talking about the podcast format. The great thing about this podcast is that you can listen to it anytime or anywhere on a smartphone, tablet, or computer. You can find the Kaizen Kid podcast in iTunes, or you can go straight to the website and download it at www.thekaizenkid.com. Podcasts like mine are a perfect way to start your morning. You can listen to them during your commute to work, while you're working out, or in between classes, or really whenever you want to get some empowerment or insight. The Kaizen Kid podcast will be about 30 minutes in length. This is the right amount of time to deep dive in our guest's journey and learn what it takes to succeed in their industry. We will start each episode with a brief introduction and immediately deep dive into the ins and outs of their industry. We learn about latest business trends, receive industry-specific advice, and discuss the light bulb moment. The light bulb moment is that point in time when it suddenly flashed on and they knew they were on the right path to success. Guests will also share with us stories of major failures and accomplishments and what they learned from both. The next portion of the interview is called the backpack round, and these are quick fire questions that are designed to learn about the tools, resources, and strategies our guests use that allow them to succeed. So these are questions like, what is your favorite quote? What's the best career advice you ever received? And what is a useful internet resource or application that you can share with us? Now, the final portion of the interview are the Kaizen questions. The Kaizen community loves learning about new things and sharing unique experiences relating to food, recreation, fitness, and entertainment. Or at least I know I love talking about these things. So we want to know where our guest's favorite food and hangout spot is. And most importantly, we want to know how our guests Kaizen. How do they continue to improve and change for the better? All right, so now that I went over the show format, let me tell you how the Kaizen Kid got started. A lot of people always ask me where the word Kaizen comes from and how did I start using it. So let me tell you. For 2 summers, I had the incredible opportunity to intern for Toyota Motor Company in their parts distribution center. I was an operations management and logistics intern. During my time there, I studied the Toyota way business practices. I learned how to effectively manage and ship car parts worldwide, and I even implemented a cost savings technique that saved the company over $3,000 annually. I thought I was doing some big things. So for these 2 summers, it set the stage for my professional career. And honestly, it changed the way I approached a project, a business issue, and life in general. Although the word Kaizen specifically refers to continuous improvement of things like industries, manufacturing, engineering, and business management, I've chosen to apply this expression to people. So when I think about it, I think of Kaizen as the continuous process of incrementally improving our quality of life through education, action, and unique experiences. And this will be a reoccurring theme throughout our show. So now that you know what Kaizen means and where it comes from, let me show you how I brought everything together. Ever since I was young, I've always enjoyed listening to motivational speakers and enjoyed attending professional and business workshops. I've always took lots of notes in hopes that their words and messages would spark some type of motivation and success in my life. And to this day, I have boxes and boxes of scribbled notes on every piece of paper imaginable. Professional and personal development, as well as entrepreneurship, have always interested me, but I was never sure how to turn my passion into anything more than those scribbled notes in those boxes until a couple years ago. The information and the knowledge and the life experiences that I've obtained throughout my life have had such a positive impact on me that I decided to bring everything together and share it through the Kaizen Kid. I refuse to let life pass me by where I have regrets about something I didn't experience, someone I didn't reach out to, or some knowledge that I didn't obtain. I want to live a life where extraordinary, amazing, and once in a lifetime are not occasional occurrences, but instead ongoing and frequent parts of my life. The Kaizen Kid started off as a blog where I wrote a few articles about professional development and my life experiences. But with the support of my family, my friends, and the support of you, the listeners, the Kaizen Kid will become a movement. My goal is to be a leading resource for young professionals who are passionate about excelling in the corporate environment, interested in starting their own businesses, and committed to improving their communities. Through the podcast, blog articles, and special events, I hope to empower the next generation of business moguls, entrepreneurs, and community leaders. If this sounds like you, keep listening. Let's be honest. Today's young professionals extend far beyond the classroom and the boardroom. We love to learn, travel, gain unique experiences, eat unfamiliar foods, and to meet incredible people who have the ability to change our lives. We value diversity, collaboration, and most importantly, continuous improvement. This podcast will be a tool you need to spark your passion, change for the better, and improve the world around you. So now that I went over the show format and told you about the Kaizen Kid, let me share a little bit about myself. My name is Kenton Davis, and I'm 28 years old. I have a degree in finance from The Ohio State University. So you know what that means? Go Reds, go Bengals, and go Buckeyes. By the time I graduated from college, I've had the incredible opportunity to do some really cool things in life. I've traveled to places like Spain, Dominican Republic, and Panama. I've gained corporate experience from 3 Fortune 500 companies, and I've partnered with the United Way, The Ohio State University, and Children's Hunger Alliance to inject some positive change in people's lives. I truly understand the importance of professional insight, powerful mentorship, and positive content, and that is why I'm so passionate about paying it forward and helping others achieve success in a similar capacity. Listen, let's be honest. I don't have the roadmap to success, but I know that hard work can spur achievement. I don't have all the answers in life, but I know some important questions to ask. I don't have all the money in the world, but I know that self-improvement and happiness leads to wealth. Thank you so much for tuning into the Kaizen Kid podcast. I truly hope you find value in our guest stories, the information we share, and the conversations we have. This is a place that we can all grow together. If you do enjoy the podcast, please subscribe to the podcast by going into iTunes and clicking the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate a 5-star rating and a positive review, as my goal is to be on the iTunes new and noteworthy list for the first 8 weeks of launch. This type of support will allow my show to gain the recognition it needs to reach as many people as possible. And to sweeten the deal, for those who leave me a 5-star rating and a positive review on iTunes, I will select 3 people at random to come on each show and share their own inspiring insight. All you do is have to leave a 5-star rating and a positive review on iTunes, and then email it to us in a screenshot. I will contact you if you're selected to come on the show. The email address is thekaizenkid@gmail.com. thekaizenkid@gmail.com. Thank you again for tuning into the Kaizen Kid podcast, and I hope you found value in our content we are sharing and is able to spark as much passion and purpose in your life. The gentleman on the intro and outro is Columbus's own Terrell Carter, a barber, mentor, musician, and friend. I want to thank him so much for helping me realize my vision. Tune into the next episode for our first amazing guest. And remember, building your success blueprint requires continuous improvement. So let's Kaizen. Thank you so much for joining us on the Kaizen Kid podcast. Head over to thekaizenkid.com for guest show notes, blog articles, and other helpful information that sparks your continuous improvement and change for the better. See you next time. Trace Carter, take him out.
Beautiful world. Beautiful world, so competitive. Anything we want, gotta go and get. Skill set sharpened, get well equipped. No settling, continuous development. That's what we step in. Try and help with turning dreams into blueprints. Yeah, you know what the station is. You rockin' with the Kaizen Kid.